One of the things that I have actually seen for Uber is because of the veracity and the variety of data, we're able to connect brands to consumers in a meaningful way. If you think about it, we have over 170 million users on a given month who are riding and ordering things, over 3 billion rides on a quarterly basis, and all of that contributes to an ecosystem. When you think about the number of merchants that are actually contributing to this ecosystem, that paints a really different picture in terms of context and data signals for brands in particular. I think to contextualize it, when you think about going home from an airport and you forgot to actually get some groceries during your ride, it might suggest a couple of things that allow you to be helpful to your family. Or when you're in the mood for late night munchies, you might actually be introduced to a new product. And when you think about that sort of data signal and the context, it allows for brands to meet the consumer at the moment in a much more meaningful way.
We hear a lot about retail media going through this evolution and really embracing, full funnel advertising. It's not just a performance medium anymore, is it?
Absolutely.
Is that true?
Yeah, if you think about why advertisers are coming to the network and working with us as a platform, they're looking for access, they're looking for attention, they're looking for activation and accountability. And so when we look at that high intent signal with first party data, it allows for many different things. As I was talking about with a friend of mine, what is so different about Uber? It's the layers in which we actually think about our platform. And when we look at all of the experience around the go and the get, the mobility experience versus the ability to order from restaurants or buy things from retailers, it also offers a huge amount of opportunity from a format perspective, from search to native ads to rich media and engaging ads like Journey TV, which we just launched in New York. And so it gives us the opportunity to do a lot of interesting things that are closed loop, which is really studying all the things that go with that, like ROAS, and all the way down to how we might actually impact brand recall, brand consideration. In fact, when we take a look at what we've actually just launched, we just launched a study called Gen Uber, and we found that the folks that are actually on Uber, they are less likely to watch TV, but twice as likely to be engaging in real world connection. And as a result of us wanting to be together much more often, we're starting to see that Uber, because of the way we think about our data signal, is delivering in a new way. And so we were able to launch the Creative Studio because the way we are connecting with the consumer with hyper-localization is allowing brands to do things that are super, super different.
So when you have these extra abilities for brands to make these multi-touch connections with consumers, is there anything you can say specifically about how you're helping brands just move beyond just awareness in the advertising?
Yeah, it's always about being in the moment, and it's being about convenience adjacent. And that sort of native experience ties a brand really well in. A good example is Diageo. If you love the holidays and you wanted to spice up your life with some Diageo products, you could order it on Uber Eats, but they decided to take it up one notch. And by getting around these holiday moments that we all love, you could also, thanks to Diageo, hire a caroler or get a Christmas tree to come to your house. And this was all the genius of the Creative Studio and a real campaign. And these are some of the things that we're actually starting to see and being able to deliver. When you can actually inspire a consumer and you know the actual moment, you start to see real world results that are impactful to brands that far outpace the traditional metrics that you might see from other platforms.
Thinking of Uber's retail media offerings in much the same way that, say, a travel brand in the commerce space might think of a consumer as having a different set of mindsets. There could be a business traveler, could be a leisure traveler, could be both.
Right.
When you expect riders are in a particular mindset because of where they're going, how do you strike the right balance between relevance and not being intrusive?
Yeah, people always talk about advertising being incremental and not interruptive. And Uber's value proposition as a utility from the start has always been about that. Using technology, using ML to really, with precision, create the right balance of that experience. That expectation exists with the advertising as well. In fact, just today, we launched a new ad product called the Ride Offer. And let's just say that you were going to the Hotel Martinez to meet a couple of friends for business, as we're doing today. What's great is that I could take you and my friend Kristen right there to try their 1930s speakeasy, which apparently they have. We got to go, David. But what I think is wonderful about that is it's incremental to what you're already doing. And that Ride Offer app could give me 15% off. Or it could just be introducing me to a speakeasy because it knows that we actually love to hang out that way. And so these are some of the things that you think about, that the data signal ultimately matters to create the serendipity that makes the brand the hero. And that's what we're trying to build at Uber Advertising.
So Edwin, the conversations at Cannes are always part looking forward, but also looking into actual opportunities right now to tap into experiences. So what kind of opportunities do brands have to tap into Uber experiences?
One thing that I thoroughly believe is that we offer something completely different. I think the last 2 to 5 years we were talking to lots of players that were offering a consumptive experience where the advertising was lean back, which is wonderful. We are in the moment, we are of the moment, and what we're delivering is that leaning in, if not even being into that experience. And that sort of serendipity creates a very different value proposition for Uber Advertising, and hopefully we get to do a lot of fun things with more brands.